Radical.
Cobra Kai is a person that came by 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Not sure exactly when. You remember when Happy Console Gamer, he gushed over Star Wars, how amazing it was. Even gave the last Star Wars movie an 8.5. That shill piece he did with that other guy. I forget what his name is. Lucas, I think, Victor Lucas. So Cobra Kai came by a couple months ago, left a comment talking about Happy Console Gamer having an upload titled, "Do I Really Need Another Switch?" Now, full transparency, I have very limited time here, especially nowadays. And most of the time, I just enjoy talking about, sports or, anime or gaming stuff, I don't really have much of an interest in discussing, YouTuber stuff, to be honest, that much, unless it's like a special instance, because I find YouTubers to be incredibly boring, you know? Just, I don't know. They're not interesting. YouTubers not interesting. Am I wrong on this? 99% of YouTubers, I mean, especially the ones that get in front of a camera and show off their video games, they're not that interesting to me. So I don't understand the appeal, but that doesn't mean I won't, occasionally talk about them, for some of you in the audience like Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai, if you remember, he stopped by and made me aware about the Star Wars shilling that he did. Now that's some heavy level shilling right there that Happy Console Gamer did a couple years ago. And boy, oh boy, did Happy Console Gamer's audience not like the fact that I pointed out that he was actually shilling. He even talked about, Ray possibly needing her own show, gave that last movie an 8.5. Come on now. That was a huge shill piece. That's what happens when you get invited to Skywalker Ranch. If you don't know, Happy Console Gamer has a history of shilling. Not saying that he's always shilling. I'm just saying he has a history of it. So Cobra Kai was talking about that upload from Happy Console Gamer called "Do I Really Need Another Switch?" Where I guess, in that upload he's talking about how he doesn't really need one unless Nintendo chooses to send over a review copy. And you know what? They just did that. Nintendo, I guess, has some kind of a relationship with a lot of these YouTubers. I don't know the details of these relationships and these partnerships and these deals, but what happens here a lot of the time is Nintendo, Microsoft sent Lamar Wilson some Xboxes, and he basically, did everything but hump the boxes. So when it comes to shilling, Happy Console Gamer is not actually the biggest shill. I would say it's Lamar Wilson. And shill is something we designate to people when they have little integrity. Lamar Wilson would be probably the biggest shill I've seen, at least in the gaming space. But I'll tell you something. I saw that one bit in that upload for you, Cobra Kai, because Lord knows I don't give a damn. It's for my audience, and some of my audience, they are entertained by me talking about, YouTubers, and I'll rephrase that. I don't give much of a damn, really, unless there's some biggie begging going on, there's some big scamming going on, unless there's a big deal, something like meaty for me to sink my teeth into. But this is not really that big of a deal, Cobra Kai. Not saying that there's something there, but I didn't see it as that big of a deal. I didn't actually see the shilling as like that huge. I didn't here. In fact, I will basically say that on shill level, it's maybe like maybe 5, 6. Now he does say some things about the new OLED. He has a statement at one point where he says, this screen will change your life. Okay, that's a bit chilly. I don't think any screen on any device changed anyone's life, unless you have maybe the most pathetic life one could think of. But he did say that it's not a massive upgrade, not a massive update. Okay, so there's something there. That's surprising to me. He talked about the other Switch. And the weird thing was he says the other Switch is basically a perfect little gaming device. But then he goes to rag on the original Switch when he talks about the upgrades and enhancements, talking about that little kick stand at the back. I guess they cut corners. A lot of people complained about that kick stand. The one thing is, if the original Switch is a perfect device, then what about the analog stick problems that so many people are bored on? You know. So here's the deal. I don't have the agreement. I don't have any. I don't have any of those emails between Happy Console Gamer and Nintendo. I don't know how this is set up. I'm not a YouTuber that gets free review items to review. I will say though, you are compromised. As I've always said, you're compromised if you get free items from a company, because that sets up a relationship between you and that company. And maybe there's an expectation of talking about certain things. Maybe there's some highlights that Nintendo sends this person. I don't know. I would have to basically go around, and I don't have the time to go around and check all these other sites, not sites, but channels like Happy Console Gamer that have these special agreements and get review copies from Nintendo to review. A lot of us don't know that, and I don't know if he can actually divulge that information. You don't even know if that's part of the situation. I will say that he did show off the boxes. And before, I think there was a situation to where he was criticized by, I think it was Last Gamer, for showing off the boxes. Something about the boxes, I can't remember. What I do remember is, whenever I upload something about the Happy Console Gamer, it gets tons of dislikes. Massive dislikes. Even though basically, I'm like, come on now. He's been a bit chilly in the past. I can even, like I said, point out that this was not even that big of a shill piece, and that there were some times where I was actually pleasantly surprised that he is holding back on the shilling and the bobbleheadness, But still, that's not enough for a lot of people that are simps for YouTubers. You should never be a simp for a YouTuber, by the way. Okay? You shouldn't. And you should always be fair and objective when you are criticizing. So, Cobra Kai, I get it. I understand it. You have some issues with Happy Console Gamer. I know you have some issues with Happy Console Gamer because that seems to be the only thing you comment about when you come to this channel. There's a lot of things to comment about, a lot of things to focus on outside of Happy Console Gamer. But yeah, what do y'all think about? What do y'all think about the process of companies sending review items, and I do that thing with my fingers, review items to YouTubers? Do you think that these YouTubers can be trusted to give their fair and objective criticism of these items they get for free?